Hey, Cameron Brain here, CEO and co-founder of Everyone Social. Welcome to another episode of the Social at Scale podcast. And today I wanted to talk about trust. And I'll tell a little story to kind of bolster my case here. So at Everyone Social, we are in the business of helping companies turn their employees into social media influencers. Our belief is that everyone in your organization has the potential to be an influencer because they all have a network from the intern to the CEO, and they're all self-interested in growing those networks. And there's a lot of people contained within those networks that you as a business should be talking to. So early on, when we first launched Everyone Social, we, of course, were meeting with a lot of different people, trying to find, who were our first clients going to be. And we had a lot of conversations with executives, buyers at various companies who were extremely circumspect about the idea of, activating their employees to use social media at work, even to do things like share company content. And one of the reservations that they had, even though this is something that didn't exist and they had certainly never done before, one of the common questions was, well, what if someone posts something bad? What if they post something that they shouldn't, right? What if they post something that reflects really badly on us as a company? And, I think those are always great questions, right? Because it's a bit of a chicken and egg, right? Especially when something's new. Well, having had, 10 years under our belt, having worked with hundreds of organizations on their own programs on activating their employees as influencers, we have not had a single instance where an employee has shared something that has not only reflected negatively on the organization, but also reflected negatively on them. And therein lies the reason. So I'm going to wind the clock back a bit. Once upon a time, I was on the team at Reddit, and this was a number of years ago, back when Reddit was a very, very small team. I think we were roughly 30-ish people at the time. And it was a fantastic experience because, in part, it was it afforded me an inside view of a major online consumer social community, in essence, a social network. And I think anyone who says the name Reddit, things come to mind, right? Interesting things, good things, bad things, crazy things. There's all sorts of stuff: the good, the bad, the ugly, the great, the special, the unique, the insane, all of the above. It's all contained within Reddit. And the interesting thing about Everyone Social, kind of having that experience and then having the Everyone Social experience, I think one of the primary things that I've taken away from this business, from Everyone Social, is that professionals on social media are inherently good actors. Unlike the consumer world, where even if you are who you say you are, people still go off, they fly off the handle. And more often than not, people aren't necessarily who they say they are, right? There's anonymity, there's pseudo-anonymity in the consumer world. Well, in the professional world, for all intents and purposes, we all are who we say we are. Our image, our name, that is who these posts are attached to. And, the fact remains is that if we posted something bad, if we posted something that reflected negatively on our organization, it's going to reflect negatively on us. It's going to limit, our own current opportunities within our organization. It's going to make you look like kind of an idiot in front of your coworkers. It's potentially going to limit your future opportunities, upward mobility, and all of that. And so, I think that is really the primary reason why we have never seen a single user across all of our clients do anything bad, as was the original question that we were posed. And I think it's something that, if you already have an employee advocacy program, if you are thinking about putting one in place, certainly if you are a senior executive, who is thinking about this as a part of your overall strategy, trust is something to lean into big time when it comes to this. Because the more you trust your people, the more you believe the fact that, hey, we're going to give these people tools and we know they're not going to run off the reservation and, do things that reflect negatively on them or us, the better the results will occur. Our best clients are the ones that give the greatest latitude to their users. And I'm not just talking users in, kind of white collar positions, corporate HQ. I'm talking users all throughout the organization, retail, customer care, facilities, etc. Trust is something that we've seen, again, the best companies extend to all of their people. And ultimately, those are the programs that produce the best results. So obviously, some companies have certain considerations in terms of how much trust they can actually grant legally. We have numerous clients in regulated spaces, financial services, biotech, pharmaceutical, where there is a certain space in which any individual in the organization can kind of operate that is perhaps more restrictive than many companies operating in unregulated spaces. But whatever your the size of your sandbox, our advice is to maximize that space, to give your people is as much room to move in terms of how they share, what they share, allowing them to create content themselves that they can contribute back into your program. Because when we do that, we learn and we grow at a much, much faster rate. And we also produce results that are not only kind of at the top of the spectrum, but also create opportunities and events that we wouldn't otherwise be able to manufacture on a centrally controlled basis. So again, trust is absolutely critical to running an effective employee advocacy program at scale. And happy to talk about this further if anyone has any questions. But again, something that in some way, shape, or form kind of continues to play a part in every client program that we're involved with, every prospect who's considering putting a program in place. But all we can say is, trust in your people and, great stuff will come.